let me tell you one thing about me. One thing about me. I could never, I could never let a person that is wearing a cheap ass pleather coat from the local Walmart ever talk to me the way that Hannah insists on talking to Nick. And I mean ever. What's up, everybody? Welcome and welcome back to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is Tammy Talks. We are here to talk Love is Blind Season 7, Episode 11, The Risk of Falling in Love. If you're brand new to the channel or a returning viewer that is just not yet subscribed, I hope this is the video that convinces you to join the Tamily. So hit that red subscribe button. A huge thank you to everybody because y'all showed out last night, right? We needed just, 30 or so people to hit that subscribe button to hit 28,000 subscribers. And we did. So give yourself. So give yourselves a round of applause. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have no idea how humbling and amazing it is to wake up in the morning and see the numbers go up and to see all the comments and feel all the love and the likes and the shares. There were over 100 shares on last night's video. So y'all telling y'all friends about me? Oh my God. So thank you guys so much. We're going to keep the ball rolling. I have a goal of 30,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So I have full faith that we can get there. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Don't type in Tammy Talks Love is Blind anymore because the weddings are next week. And I know that's going to be a mess. Okay. So if you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up button. That came out wrong. Hit the like button, thumbs up the video. As always, we want to get to 1,000 likes and then leave all your comments down below. Do not body shame Hannah in the comments. You will get blocked. It's unnecessary. There is more things that we can talk about outside of her weight. Okay? I just want to put that out there. You will get blocked. Some of y'all were being completely inappropriate with Hannah in the comments last night. We're not doing that over here. It's not necessary. All right? So we're going to start off with Delulu and Nick. So we pick up right where last episode left off, where it's Gatsby night. Hannah and Nick are getting home. Nick is clearly saucy, okay? He's had a couple of drinks in him, got a little yak in him. Nick looked like he drinks a strong cognac, okay? So they get in the house, and she immediately is like, what were you talking to Katie about? Nick was like, just about shit that has happened. Like, what are you talking about? She wants him to explain because Katie, my best friend in this whole miserable freaking world, Katie, I said, wait, time out. Time out. Imagine if that's so Raven freeze frame. What do you mean Katie is your best friend? Who were the other two ladies that we met towards the end of the episode? Imagine how they felt watching this scene back, because I'll be damned if my best friend tells me to come on a show so I can meet her boyfriend that she has been dragging to me for a while, or for me to watch back the episode, and you are calling a woman that you just met, that you have known for all of 2 weeks, that we ain't heard you talk about, your best friend in the whole wide world. Hannah, not only are you a bad girlfriend, you seem to be a bad daughter, but you're a bad friend as well. Let's continue. So she said because for her best friend in the whole wide world and her fiance to be talking and giggling, it's just like, oh my God, it's disrespectful. Why? Why is that disrespectful, Hannah? Why? Please, somebody explain to me what is disrespectful about that. They're sitting right in front of you. They're sitting right in front of you, on top of the fact that this is one of the most docile meetups that we have seen on Love is Blind. They weren't trying to get with each other. They truly had just a very casual relationship. She poured life into him, something you could never do, something you refused to do. Maybe because nobody ever poured life into you, Hannah, and you don't know how to give that. And if that is the case, fine, girl, I'll lay off. But I don't think that is the case. I just think that you're a miserable bitch and you're jealous of Katie because deep down you think Katie looks better than you, but So she then mentions that, well, you wanted to get closure with Katie. Nick lies. And this irritated me too, because what are you lying for? So Nick is like, no, I didn't. Yes, you did. Nick, y'all just had the conversation where you said that, hey, I'm excited to meet the ladies. I'm excited to meet everybody or see people and get closure. Hannah said she didn't need closure. She had no other choices, really. Leo didn't want her ass. Hannah didn't have anybody else. So Hannah is like, I don't need closure. You said you did, but you only wanted to talk to Katie. I'm sorry, but 1+1 will always equal 2, boo. And that means that you wanted closure from Katie. Okay? So she then said, so you're just going to do what you want. Nick said, yeah, because I'm a man. Nicholas. Nick is drunk, but like, what the fuck? Right? Don't have me take the Lulu side right now because I don't want to. So she keeps saying, that is my best friend, and you're talking to her for 40 minutes because he was like, I told her that, like, nice to meet her, whatever the case, but I'm happy with you. And she was like, nah, that's not what y'all talked about for 40 minutes. Nick said, if you want to know so bad, go ask your best friend. I said, ooh! Nick got right into it. And this is the bass that you needed to have in your voice the whole time with her, Nick. Stop letting her talk to you like a child. So they start going back and forth about having the maturity to have this conversation. So then Delulu, Lord have mercy. So then Delulu is like, I taught you everything you know, and I took you from a boy to a man. I'm sorry, but an unemployed bitch can't tell nobody how to go from being a boy to a man. An immature ass person is the one that quit their job with hopes to come onto a reality show and be an influencer. Hannah, you were supposed to go to hell last week. I don't know why you're still here. So then Hannah, because like Nick looked at her kind of on some, what? Because that's what I did. So Hannah then flips it, Jekyll and Hyde, and she's like, you know what? You are such an amazing person, and it's patronizing. I can't stand for somebody to be patronizing. That shit is lame. So she patronizes him. Then she talking about how her feet look crazy. No, heifer, you look crazy. And you know you look crazy. You know you're embarrassing yourself. But it's like Hannah goes so deep into her shit that it's like when she snaps to, it's like, damn, I did too much. Let me deflect. But now you already look crazy. How you look crazy to a drunk person? You got to really be showing out for a saucy person. Saucy means you're drunk. For a saucy person to be looking at you like, what? So Hannah then kept saying, well, Katie came up to me and told me three times that, she thought you were so cute and you're so attractive. Take that up with that bitch. Your problem is with Katie. Your issue isn't with Nick, it's with Katie. Because you feel the way that your best friend is clocking your man. You know why? Because she's not your best friend. You just met her. So Hannah is, so then Nick is like, are you saying you don't trust me? Because that's what I'm hearing. That's what I heard too, Nick. That's what I heard too. Hannah then is like, no, I trust you. Maybe I don't trust Katie. Hannah? Getting on my nerves, man. Out like, this is crazy. So then Nick gets mad and is telling her how stupid she sounds. Tells her, look, if I tell you I love her, then, be about that shit, roll with it. I said, what is this? What is this vernacular that Nick is talking? Okay. She ignores him. She walks away. She in there getting her makeup wipes off because she about to go cry in the bathroom. And he's telling her, like, I love you. I want this to work. I didn't do anything. Did I do anything? She's ignoring him. But then she comes back because, she feels stupid because she realizes what she's been doing. And she's like, you know what? It's always good to communicate, but it's late. It's 1:30. It was 1:27 when y'all walked in. You didn't care about it being late then. Sit in your shit, Hannah. Sit in it. You're just mad that he came back and said something to you. Hannah wants somebody that she can steamroll over, and Nick is willing to do that for so long. But an adult is not going to let you treat them like that. Hannah needs to get another fucking puppy because that's what she wants. So he then asks her, "Are you mad at me? And what should I have done better?" And she was like, "No." So they go to bed. I'm gonna tell y'all this. Nick is not the most mature, sure, not the most responsible. I'll give you that. But Nick is way more respectful than a lot of men would have been to Hannah. She'd have been got cussed out by a lot of other men. She'd have been got left. She would have been got embarrassed. So if it's anything that his parents taught him, even if it's not how to boil pasta, it is to be respectful of people, because Nick has not been disrespectful to her. Because I can give him a long list of names that he could call her, but he hasn't done any of that. So we get to Garrett and Taylor, a pointless scene of them flying to San Diego. We don't get any context. We don't get any audio. I guess he's there to meet some of her family, but we know that her dad doesn't want to be on screen. That's fine. That's valid. But like, none of these other 18 people y'all were at dinner with could say anything. Y'all couldn't just, they couldn't even just say, he's great. Like, I thought that was odd. Why did y'all? That's okay, because Netflix didn't go anyways. They were doing straight diary cams. They were doing diary cams. So we then get to Ashley and Tyler. They're out go-karting, and during this, he apologizes to her again, and I'm like, what are you apologizing for now? For not telling her that you can show her all the pictures of you and your kids together? For not telling her that you are $30,000 in the arrears when it comes to child support? For not telling her that you are in a custody battle and there are court documents to support that? For telling her that you lied about them kids not knowing what you look like? For telling her that... If you like it, I love it. Y'all know what that means, right? If you like it, I love it. So she tells him that she wants him in her life no matter what. And she sat back and she thought long and hard about, what if these kids, his kids, what if they come into his life, you mean back into his life, in 5 years? She would be okay with it. And she said, we getting married. I said, oh, okay. This is going to be Jared and Ayanna all over again. All over again. We then get Ramses and Marissa. They are filling out the application for their marriage license. He's asking her to confirm her birthday. She was about to go off. She was about to go off. But I didn't understand the point of this scene. This seemed like pointless to me. But okay. So we get back to Delulu and Nick, and she got that same tired ass pleather blazer on. It is not even cut in the back. It's not cropped or nothing. Like, I know she thrifted it. I know it has to be thrifted. Like, she swore she was killing him with the white blouse. I said, ooh, Hannah. You dressed like this, and you got the nerves to be saying... All right. So, he feels... They're there to meet her friends, okay? So he feels that he is trying to change his personality for her. And I'm like, see, Nick, if you feel that you're changing your personality for her, this is not the right woman for you. Nobody, man or woman, should be changing their personality for anybody. I don't believe in that shit. You can alter certain things about yourself. You can try to enhance certain parts about you that might be dormant. You can work on your empathy, your compassion, that type of stuff. But don't change your personality for somebody, because resentment grows out of that, right? So she's like, this process gives you tests and you keep failing. Bitch, you're failing. You're failing everything. You failing your bank account because you quit your job to come on a show to find love that's not gonna find you. Her friends come in. Her friends are just as rude as she is. So they're asking Nick, why now? Nick said he's never been in love before, but he knows that right now is the right time in his life. He's ready to get married. He's ready to have a family. He's done the football. He's done that. He has his career that he's happy with. And this is what he wants to do. Hannah said that she wants to marry him, but she knows they have things they need to work on. Now, we know what that means in Hannah's speech. That means that Nick needs to work on kissing the ground that I walk on. Nick wants her to treat, Nick wants her to treat her, Nick wants her. She wants Nick, it's late, y'all. She wants Nick to treat her like Coming to America and throw rose petals at her feet as she walks into the room. So Hannah said that sometimes I know I come off as malicious and rude, but I'm a truth teller and it's coming from a good place. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. I said this when I did the cast reveal. Remember, we did the cast reveal, and I told y'all then Hannah is a person that is typically rude and likes to hide it under the guise of, oh, I'm just being honest. No, there is always a wrong and a right way to say stuff to people. Always. And Hannah constantly chooses the wrong way, and it's because she ain't been checked one good time. That's all it is. She ain't been checked right. Could you imagine if Hannah got with Tim? Tim would have read the fuck out of her. And I would like to see it, right? So she then tells her friends the duck story again. And her friends were like, I didn't think that was funny. None of y'all got senses of humor. It wasn't a big deal. Again, should Nick have gone over there and laughed with that lady about, Delulu being jealous? No. But is it the end of the world? No. But the real is she has not liked Nick since them doors open and he was not the big buff mandingo that she thought he was going to be. That's the real problem. She didn't like how he looked. I think he's okay with her, but it's like, I guess. So Nick said that he is having to change a lot of himself. She said, I'm not trying to change you. Yes, you are. You basically told that man, don't watch football, pick up a book and read. What are you reading? Red fish, blue fish, one fish, two fish? What are you reading, Hannah? Tell me. I ain't seen you pick up a book. I haven't seen you sit and have a book. You mentioned a bookmark. I ain't seen no books. Did we even see Hannah's house? Did we see Hannah's place? Or did we just see Nick's basement? Got a lot of questions. So she then said that when you marry somebody, you make those changes because you are considering something else. See, Nick's not quick enough on his feet because I would have said, what are you changing for this marriage then? You going to change your nasty ass attitude? Are you going to change being unemployed? Are you going to change having a dog at the table? Are you going to change cooking in a pleather blazer? What are you going to change, Hannah? Because I can name a list of things that I think you need to change before y'all get married as well. So she goes on to say, don't make me feel like you can do these things, but you can. And Nick said, but that's not what you said last night. And see, Hannah didn't like that because then she gets, she got a little bit embarrassed because then her homegirls are looking at her like, well, what happened last night? So Hannah is saying, I would never put your business out there, but if you want to tell it, tell it. You put his business on TV to the millions of people that watch this show when you told Ashley you want your booties ate like groceries, and he's not doing that. He's not doing that for you, and you said his sex game was mid. It was whack. That's putting his business out. Hannah, you don't want your friends to know the real you. And if they do know the real you and they are still your friends, they are really not your friends. Because a real friend would not let you come on TV with this nasty ass attitude and embarrass yourself like that. Ridiculous, Hannah. Ridiculous. So Nick then tells her that she has 6 reservations about him right off the bat, and her friends are, well, those are easy. Walk the dog, pick up after yourself, be respectful. And I'm like, it's so rich how she keeps harping on respect when she does not respect him. When have we seen Hannah be respectful to him at all? It hasn't happened. Nick said he is willing to take those risks and challenges. So they keep telling Nick, why do you want to marry her? If you have these reservations, turn and ask Delulu the same question. If you feel that he's all these bad things and he's such a terrible person, why do you want to marry him, Hannah? Or are you trying to stay on as many episodes as possible to get a check with your broke, unemployed ass? So then we get Garrett and Taylor, and he meets her mom. So her mom flew back. It's something in my eye. So her mom flew back from San Diego to DC because they are going to be trying on. It's the wedding dress episode. I like her mom. Her mom was chill. Her mom is like, look. I had to even tell your dad, fall back, okay? You are not a kid anymore. You are an adult. And if you want to involve us in your life and include us in your life, no matter how crazy it is, I want to be there to support you. Her mom welcomes Garrett to the family. Welcome to the family, Garrett. Kumbaya. That's what you're supposed to do as a parent on this show. Marissa's mother, take note. Because you acted very ugly. Mama tongue ring, very ugly. So then we have Delulu talking to her mother. A lot of black and white for Delulu today. So she's talking to her mom. And she's saying that Nick doesn't match her financially, intellectually, or creatively. 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 Nick doesn't match her creatively. Okay, we're going to pretend like I edited that out. And so she's like, Nick just doesn't match her at all whatsoever. She's like, and my friends don't like him. I'm sure he don't like your friends either. So that's fine. She says she loves him, but she feels like she's teaching him how to be in a relationship and said that's not fair to her. So her mom is like, well, you know when you know. You know if you want to get married or not. Her mother tells her, I love you, and Hannah said, yeah. All right. They go tux and wedding dress shopping. Y'all know I don't really recap this part because it's nothing to it. They go up. Oh my God, the dress. Like, same for the tuxes. Nothing really of notice happened. But the one thing to note is Hannah didn't show up for dress shopping. So the ladies are like, oh my God, where's Hannah? Marissa was like, I got some tea. I talked to her. The meeting with her friends didn't go well. So I don't know if she's going to show up. Vanessa walks in. And they were like, Hannah's not here. Vanessa said, Hannah and Nick. Uh-huh. Well, let's talk about you, ladies. I said, Vanessa said, they gonna mess up our ratio anyways. Vanessa did not care. That was so funny. So we then get to Delulu and Nick. Okay. This is when she did her big one. So they're sitting down and she asks Nick, am I pushing too much? Is my pushing too much? You said you wanted a direct woman. Is it too much? And Nick said at times, maybe. Hannah then said that her concerns from the duck situation, remember when she made the hate list, didn't go away. Respect, delusional, social awareness, maturity, confidence versus ego. Let me break that down on how all of these fit Hannah real quick. Hannah does not respect Nick. She never has. She has proven that she does not respect this man every time she comes on screen. Respect. Delusional. Hannah thinks that she has raised this man. Hannah thinks that this man is beneath her. Hannah thinks that she is the prize in this relationship. Social awareness. Hannah does not understand. She does not understand how she comes across to people. She doesn't care. She likes to live under this guise of I'm blunt and I'm real when really you're a bitch. For maturity, Hannah is clearly not mature because whenever there is a real conversation that they're having, she deflects the moment that Nick starts making very good points. I've noticed that. Every time Nick starts making good points back to her, she deflects and finishes up with, you're so awesome. Oh my God, I love you. Hannah, you're not mature either. And 5, confidence versus ego. She keeps saying that Nick doesn't understand quite the difference and that his ego is taking over. Hannah, nobody has a bigger ego on this show than you. You really think you're the cream of the crop. You think that you are the cat's meow, honey, and you're not. You know why you're not? Because you have an ugly spirit. You have an ugly attitude about yourself. Y'all see Hannah made that TikTok where she lost a lot of weight and she's saying that, that girl is no longer there, pointing to her picture. It wasn't your weight that was the issue. It's your ugly ass inside. And if you're ugly on the inside, you're ugly on the outside. Hannah. Hannah Bobana. Shit. So she then tells Nick she doesn't understand him. She said that I can give examples because I remember things. And no, you don't remember anything. And I'm like, you just can't help yourself. So Nick was like, this what I'm talking about. You're throwing shade. She said, it's the truth. It's my truth. It's my truth. I said, Nick, tell your truth. Tell your truth, Nick. Nick said that she's being demeaning and she doesn't understand that. I really hope Hannah watches this season back and really looks at herself. Really look at how you talk to people. It's no wonder you're single. It's no wonder you're single. She then starts asking him what his responsibilities are. And I'm like, Nick, don't answer this. So then Nick was like, my car, my insurance, and my job. And I'm like, look, Nick lives at home, so he don't pay rent. He probably got a bag about him. Who knows? But who are you to ask him his responsibilities? It felt like we were watching a mother talk to a teenage son that like threw a party when she was gone out of town for work. So he said, look, I'm a simple man. I don't require much. My job is to be the best friend and the best son that I can be and to make sure that everybody around me is safe and secure. Hannah then said, yeah, you're a simple man with no responsibilities. He said that, I don't have a notebook full of things like you do to bash me, because she pulls up her notebook and was about to open it. And she said, you think I'm bashing you? Yes. Do you think you aren't? So he's like, yeah. She's like, I have the notebook so that I don't forget every point I want to make. I stand very firm on this. If I'm in an argument with somebody or having a debate with somebody, I don't have to write shit down because I know why I'm upset with you. Because if I can't remember why I'm upset with you, then it's really not a factor. If I have to write down all the things that I want to remember to be mad about, I'm just asking to be mad. I have had many a conversation with people over the years, from parents to siblings to friends to cousins to coworkers, and I have never had to say, let me pull my notes up so I can remember all the different things that I am mad at you for. That doesn't make sense. That means you're looking for an issue. So Nick, she then said that she is so real and she is so honest. So apparently she called Nick and said, look, I'm not going to try on a dress. And Nick said, well, what are we going to tell people? How are we going to handle this? Now, instead of her saying that we can just say that we agreed to mutually break up, it was amicable, she doesn't want to do that. She wants to sit down and have this conversation so she can run through him and be a bitch for the 10,000th time. It doesn't make sense, Hannah. It doesn't. You just said that you would never talk about something that he is uncomfortable with on camera. But I guess that only applies to him calling you out on your insecurities and how you were japping out because you were insecure, because you feel that Katie might look better than you, and you thought that your fiance, who you think of as just arm candy, was going to go and run off with her. You were worried about that, Hannah. But you don't want to talk about that. You want to talk about all the things that you think is wrong with Nick. So then she said this goes back to confidence versus ego, where Nick's ego was talking and he doesn't want to be embarrassed. Girl, who does? Nobody wants to be embarrassed. So she then asks him, or she then says, this is not going to work. We are not getting married. She then asks him, how does he feel? He was like, well, I mean, not good. Shit. Not good. He said this is one of the worst feelings because he thought he was good enough for her and he was wrong. He thought that she was ready to get married and you weren't. So then she gets defensive. You don't think I'm ready? Hannah, I don't think you're ready. Nick was like, not to me. So then she was like, can I, do you want to give me a hug? This right here was the origin of Nick's villain story. I feel like Nick was such a good guy before this, a little goofy, maybe not the most mature, but this is Nick's origin story. So now when Nick is out sticking and moving and getting all the hoes and all that other stuff moving forward because he's 28 and he done been on TV now and the world watched him get drugged to and fro by this weird ass heifer that cooks in leather, yes, this is the origin of Nick's villain story. So then we get to Ramses and Marissa. I don't like them. I don't like them. But they're out at like a yacht. They're in the hot tub, and she asked him if any of his Guyanese family will be at the wedding. He said no. He didn't tell him. I said, oh, whew, scared the shit out of me. He said no. And I'm like, that's interesting because that's his family. He said that they're still friends with his ex-wife and they came to the first wedding. I said, Ramses, do your people know that you on this show? I don't think he like her for real, for real. So she said that she doesn't want to follow her family by getting a divorce. Divorce is not an option for them. And I'm like, it's an option for everybody. Let's be real about that. So they start talking in circles about getting before that, she said that she wants to be unhappy 5 to 7 years before thinking about a divorce. Ma'am, it is not wise to stay in a marriage and be that happy. That's how you end up on unsolved mysteries. Not saying that would happen in this case, but no. And I was with him 5 years of misery. No, 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 no. Nobody wants to be divorced, but nobody wants to be willfully unhappy for 5 years either. They then start talking in circles about buying gifts for the mothers. She wants to give his mom a gift. She feels like he should want to give her mom a gift, but he should want to do it. She shouldn't have to tell him to do it. He's like, I want to do it, but I'm not thinking about it. Everything they do, it's like they talk in cursive. And it bothers me because I never know what the hell they're talking about. So at the end of the conversation, she wants him to do more with the planning. He doesn't care. She feels that's going to translate into like their life together. And she's like, I don't want to feel like I'm carrying the load mentally. He keeps saying, I want to make sure we're good. Ramses is stuck on, so we fucking or not. That's what Ramses is stuck on. His whole thing is focusing on physical touch, physical intimacy. He doesn't care about anything else. It's wild. Ashley and Tyler go skydiving. Taylor and Garrett have a date. It looked cool. They were at like a museum or something. I feel like my opinion, whenever we watch the show and there's always one person that is constantly asking, are you happy? Do you want to get married? Are you ready? Are you ready? That person is projecting. I think Taylor is having doubts. I think Taylor is having cold feet. And instead of her just admitting that she's a little nervous, she wants to project that onto Garrett to see if Garrett is. Let's not forget, Taylor does not trust him. Taylor doesn't trust him. She said at the beginning of the episode when they were flying to San Diego, she didn't sleep at all. She stayed up all night crying because he was friendly with an ex. That's why she wants him to move. Let's be very clear. Taylor wants her husband, whoever she matched up with, to move, to isolate them away from their family and their exes and all that other stuff, because she thinks that is going to mitigate the risk of him cheating. And it's not, sis. If somebody wants to cheat, they will cheat. They will, with the builder, the baker, the candlestick maker. They will cheat if they want to. We then finally get to Marissa and Ramses again, where we are once again plucked from our houses and dropped in the middle of a conversation with them that we have no context for. We don't know what's going on, but it seems as if Ramses is having cold feet. I'm assuming, because we don't know, that he went out with some people, hung out with some friends, and she feels that he is allowing outside influences and talking to other people to cloud his judgment. She said, you see how now You're backtracking on things because you were talking to other people. He is scared because he doesn't want to get divorced again, and I think it's because he just really don't like her like that. Because let's be real, their morals and their core values are not. They're not linking. They're not. They're doing this a lot, and we'll see what happens. Next week is the weddings. Let me know what you guys thought about episodes 10 and 11. Watch the recap for 10. Subscribe to the channel. Thumbs up the video. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.